Top 4. Of the 20 finalists of the Face of Miss Mundo, Voices that Conquer. With the 20 finalists of the Face of Miss Mundo already in the sights, 5 per continent, what level? Prepare because we are going to uncover the top 3 of more shocking speeches. This video comes with all the energy, so give it play and don't miss it. Beauty pageant crown, diamonds are forever, but queens are eternal. Hello friends. Welcome to Beauty Pageant Crown. Remember to subscribe to the channel, activate the bell and leave your comments. In addition, if they subscribe publicly, we will send you a personalized greeting in our next videos. Let's start. What an initial round. 20 incredible women of Miss Mundo have just secured their pass to the final of the face-to-face challenge after speeches that came to the soul. A giant applause for the 107 participants who were planted with unstoppable force, using their voices to put on the table themes that really matter. From their own experiences to the planet's challenges, these young women showed an intelligence, a claw and a purpose that inspire. His words not only resonate, but they are marking the way to follow. And the 20 finalists who will give everything are Europe, Spain, Wales, Germany, France and Ireland. Asia and Oceania, Thailandia, Turkey, Sri Lanka, Lebanon and Japan. America and Caribbean, Brazil, Suriname, Cayman Islands, Guyana and Trinidad and Tobago. Africa, Somalia, South Africa, Namibia, Uganda and Zambia. And now, without further ado, we go to what we came to, our top 4 candidates. The representatives of this region demonstrated a strong commitment to their Beauty with Purpose initiatives. His speeches served as a powerful platform to express their dedication to addressing important social problems within their nations and beyond. A key conclusion was the passion and genuine concern that each woman showed for her chosen cause. Whether advocating education, environmental protection, community support or other vital areas, their presentations highlighted a desire to create a tangible positive impact.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you for the opportunity. I'm Jessica Pedroso. I'm 25 years old, and I'm proudly representing Brazil at the 72nd Miss World edition.
Good day, everyone. Namaste. My name is Jada Ramoon, and I am a 26-year-old programs coordinator with the Cayman Islands Chamber of Commerce. In my job, I manage all of the programs that have been implemented within the Cayman Islands community to ensure that our youth are able to go into society and live productive lives, whether this is through entrepreneurship skills or basic life skills. When I'm not at work, you'll find me repping it out in the gym. For 3 years, I have been a natural bodybuilder, and I can definitely say that bodybuilding and fitness has been a lifestyle and a lifeline. When I'm not in the gym, you'll find me in a good book. Since I was a little girl, I've loved reading, and I've also studied literature, and for 2 years, I was a journalist. And finally, I'll tell you about my guilty pleasure. That is karaoke. I've given myself the appointed title of karaoke queen, and I'll stick with it. I come from the land of pale emerald seas and soft, fresh breezes, where it is summer all year round, and the breeze is like a kiss on the cheek, and that is none other than the beautiful Cayman Islands. But today, I am not here to talk about sunshine or sea breeze. I'm here to talk about the quiet storm that no one sees. In the Cayman Islands, 1 in 3 students has thought about ending their lives, and 13% of them have tried. I don't read these numbers just as statistics, because I was also one of those numbers. At the age of 16, I was diagnosed with anxiety and depression, and I lost myself. I was surrounded by people, but I felt invisible. I smiled every day, but inside I was screaming. I would lie awake at night with a heart that would not stop racing and a mind that would not stop whispering, "You are not enough, and you'll never be enough." I was drowning quietly in a world that does.
Good morning, everyone. Hello, world. My name is Shanella Rosendal. I am a proud Surinamese woman, and it is both an honor and a responsibility to stand here today as Miss World Suriname 2025, representing my beautiful country, Suriname, in a time of challenge and hope. I am a student studying international relations. I'm a pharmacy employee. I'm an IT teacher. I teach IT in the summer to children who do not have access to technology. My country is rich in nature. Almost 90% of my country is still green. We are rich in culture. But today, we face an economic crisis that has left many people behind, especially our children. Government funding is scarce. Orphanages, they struggle daily to provide basic necessities. But this is what defines us. Suriname doesn't wait for change. We create it. That is why my Beauty with a Purpose project, Nutrition for a Better Life, is more than just a charity. We set an example that when a community comes together, we can rise above. With local partners, we are teaching Suriname how to change itself. So we started with Orphanage Liliendal, where we provided nutritious meals. We also train our workers, volunteers to also cater to the emotional needs that the children have. You can provide meals for a child, but they can still crave emotional connection.
Solar-powered mobile library, bringing books and educational resources directly to the underserved communities. But this is not just a library on wheels. It is an innovation hub of learning. In generating IXL adaptive platform, these children can now read directly from home. They can have access to traditional classrooms with this mobile library. We are expanding in many regions, giving every children the opportunity to rise, dream, and lead. A dream that started in a single community is now expanding to a larger scale: movement, inclusion, and literacy. I represent a country of unity, love, and vision.
I am Annalise Nansen, and I proudly represent my beautiful twin island nation of Trinidad and Tobago. I wear many hats. I'm an engineer, an athlete, a performer, a humanitarian. But at my core, I'm a big sister, and that role defines me more than any title ever could. I come from a large family. I'm the eldest of 8 children. And being a big sister to so many younger ones, I've always felt that my purpose was to help, guide, and protect. That spirit of service led me to start volunteering with my grandmother at a young age at charity events in my community. When I moved to England on a scholarship to study civil engineering, I also wanted to help in my new community, and I started volunteering with a charity that tutored underserved students. This program changed my life, and I still remember the face of every child that I worked with. It showed me just how transformative education can be. But I believe education is more than just academics. Sport can also play a crucial role in young people's development. In my own life, sport has been transformative. It taught me determination, resilience, confidence, and it gave me a community and a sisterhood that uplifted me when I was at my lowest. And I know we all felt that spirit of camaraderie at the Miss World Sports Challenge just a few days ago.
Candidates.
In South Africa. Whenever I'm asked to introduce myself, I always start with the fact that I'm just an ordinary girl with extraordinary ambitions. I am someone that believes every single minute we have in this world is a gift, and it is a gift that should not be taken for granted. I spend my time to shed light on the 2.8 million orphans in my country. Not even to mention the children that are born onto the streets and who have not been documented. I never had a big family. I come from a small family of 3. It was always my mom, my brother, and I. And although we were only 3 people, there was so much love and an abundant amount of kindness we shared with one another. And it was moments like that that reminded me I would always have a safe place to call home. I stand here before you today because I was brought up in an environment where dreams and ambitions were encouraged, and because of that, I can blossom in front of you all today, sharing my passions and my purpose.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Zainab Jama, and I am proudly representing my beautiful land, Somalia. I was born and raised in Somalia. I grew up as a refugee, fleeing my country due to climate issues and conflict. As a child, my childhood consisted of my family and I riding on camels, searching for safety and a home. But every place we found was destroyed. And luckily our family got accepted and we found opportunity in the UK. And that's where I pursued my education, and my family and I were able to rebuild our life. Today I would love to share the mission that brought me to Miss World. I'm the founder of the Female Initiative Foundation, a project born from one of the most darkest moments of my life. I stand here today not just as a voice for the voiceless, but as a survivor of female genital mutilation. I speak for the millions of girls whose voices were silenced before they ever had the chance to live freely. I know what it feels like to have your rights taken away, to feel powerless and to be told that your voice doesn't matter. And I know there's a lot of people in the world who don't know what female genital mutilation is. And so I think it's really important that I raise.
Good afternoon, world. My name is Salma Kamanya, and I am representing Namibia, or as we affectionately like to call it, the breadbasket of Africa. I'm so incredibly grateful to be standing on the stage here today. Thank you for according me this wonderful opportunity. I like to characterize myself as a woman of compassion and a passion to make a sustainable change in the different communities that I serve, and dare I say, the world. I consider myself to be a student of life and have an affinity for learning. And with this love for learning, I have acquired a bachelor's degree in economics, a certificate in big data technology, a real estate license. I'm on my 2nd year of theology school, and I aspire to be going back to law school next year. Thank you very much. My reality is not the reality of people around me. I come from a household in which my father never had the opportunity to go to school. He therefore greatly encouraged it in our household, And I consider myself to be my ancestors' wildest dreams because I had the opportunity to graduate and have the exposure of standing on stages like this today. I believe that there's no greater honor than that of being a public servant. One of my favorite quotes in life is, "The meaning of life is to find your purpose, and the purpose of life is to give it away." I aspire to assist other people to find their purposes in life, and I aspire to empower them to actualize it. I started my own foundation in 2018.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Natasha Nyonyozi, representing the Pearl of Africa, Uganda. I am an accountant by profession. I graduated with a Bachelor of Science in Accounting and Finance from Coventry University because I believe in financial literacy, especially for women. I hope to see a world where every woman can be financially independent. I'm also a business owner. I own a beauty store in Kampala. I love to empower women through beauty, especially encouraging them to also embrace themselves without the makeup. Besides that, I'm a very passionate autism advocate. I'm proud to be the first Ugandan to advocate for autism on the Miss World stage, and maybe even the first African. Correct me if I'm wrong. Because where I come from, autism is not a conversation that people want to have. Autism is regarded as a curse. It's also regarded as witchcraft. I remember right after my little brother, who follows me, I come from a small family of 9, and my little brother Ethan was the first boy that we had in the family. We were so excited to have a boy, my little brother, that I couldn't wait to babysit. But at the age of 2, he was diagnosed with autism. And right after that, we had a lot of people coming up to us asking us if we're sure we didn't sacrifice him just so that we could get money or whatever it is. They asked us if we didn't perform any witchcraft on him. But that is the ignorance that is in Africa. And on top of being autistic, he is also nonverbal. So you can imagine what it's like to have a sibling who's not able to communicate what he's feeling verbally. I feel like his freedom of speech has been stolen away from him, and the world might not understand that. And that is why I decided to start my initiative, Nyonyozi Initiative.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. It is with deep pleasure and honor that I stand before you. Today, I am the flag bearer of 20 million hearts of the bold and the brave. And after 7 years, Zambia stands on the Miss World stage. Beauty in its highest form will never be defined by face or body only. Beauty is the power to impact the world by speaking for the voiceless, the courage to stand for the weak, and the compassion to make lifelong changes. And this impact does not stand any more powerful than in the era of education. So today, my beauty with a purpose is advocating for the children, youths, and the differently abled from marginalized communities, because I believe this is a power each and everyone should attain, and that is why I stand for that. I come from a beautiful home, loving, but both my parents did not have one thing: an education. And I'll tell you one thing. Coming from Africa and being the first child, I knew it was my responsibility to fend for the people I loved. But in this moment, I was young. My innocence was stripped away from me because I had to fend and stand for the people who needed me to.
Candidates.
My greatest wish is simple, that every life on this planet be truly cherished. My name is Kiana Tomita, and I am Miss World Japan. That we live in a world free from fear, from discrimination, a world anyone, no matter who they are, can live in peace, safety, and dignity. To me, that is true peace. And this belief, this purpose, was planted in my heart when I was just 6 years old. One day, I learned a heartbreaking truth. Every 5 seconds, a child somewhere in the world was dying. I was devastated, and I kept asking myself, what's happening in this world, and what can I do to help? So from that day on, I began donating all of my allowance to UNICEF. It may have been
to the Miss World family and everyone watching around the world. Thank you for this moment. My name is Nada Kusa. I am a licensed clinical psychologist trained in cognitive behavioral therapy, a national ambassador for mental health, and above all, a listener. I come from a land that has seen beauty and burden in equal measures. Lebanon is a country where we mourn, rebuild, and love in the same breath. It has taught me that resilience is not loud. It is quiet, steady, and often misunderstood. Growing up, I watched my people bear
Ayubowan, Namaskaram. I'm Anudhi Gunasekara and I proudly represent my motherland, Sri Lanka. Geographically, Sri Lanka is a tiny island that you wouldn't even notice on the map. But the hearts, the hopes, the spirit of my people are anything but small, they're immense. And most importantly, I believe the places that are least expected to shine are the ones that hold the
And that is why Opal for Her, My Beauty with a Purpose exists. We aim to create not only awareness, but a future where fears and barriers cannot stand between us and our dreams. We've collaborated with the Public Minister of Public Health, the National Cancer Institute, hospitals, private sectors, public sectors, and non-profit organizations. So far, we have raised more than 1 million Thai baht to support breast cancer system and often.
Okay. Hello. Honorable Mrs. Morley, distinguished and esteemed committee of Miss World, ladies and gentlemen, and my dear new friends. My name is Idil Bilgan, and I'm honored to stand before you today as both a doctor and Miss Turkey 2024. Last summer, I graduated from Koç University School of Medicine in Istanbul and achieved my lifelong dream of becoming a physician. I grew up as a daughter of a 16-year metastatic breast cancer patient, and therefore I was very early exposed to the field of oncology. Indeed, I would first...
Candidates.
My name is Agathe Coe. I'm 26 and I'm very proud of representing my country, France. I'm a very sensitive person who loves to help others. And what inspires me the most in life is the strength of sick children and the devotion of medical team who help them. Today, I want to share with you my own story and explain why my Beauty with a Purpose is about sick children and pediatric cancer. So when I was a teenager, something strange happened to me. My belly was swollen and I didn't understand why. Why I didn't have...
Hearing all your stories of triumph, success, failure, love and strength. The strongest emotion that I'm feeling today, though, is gratitude. I'm so grateful to be here today. I'm grateful for having a family back home that support me and love me and have made me the person that I am today. I am flawed, I am vulnerable, I am strong, but that's what a human is all about. I was raised in a middle-class family with my mom, my dad, my brother and my half-sister, surrounded by aunties and uncles and cousins and a sea full of love. Family to me means everything. I was just 6 years old when my mom was diagnosed with stage 4 cancer, and she fought bravely, but it was ultimately my grandparents who raised me, specifically my granddad. He was someone who taught me to read, to write, to tell the time, and to dream beyond the walls that I called home. It was in these quiet moments that I found my love for literacy, learning, and education. My father, who worked tirelessly to give us
movements that I didn't understand. Then I realized she was deaf. That was for sure a very embarrassing moment because I realized she didn't understand anything of my speech. And in that moment I didn't know, but that was the night I discovered my advocacy. That's why my campaign, Sign Language to the World, was born. Sign Language to the World, it's a project created to give a platform to the deaf community where their rights and needs are valued. And not only that, it is a platform for those ones who want to learn some information about them. Sign Language to the World, it's a platform that believes in the truly essence of beauty with a purpose. And one of our main beliefs is showing how important it is teaching and learning sign language as the first solution to create communication between deaf people and society. This is translated into giving talks in school to raise awareness directly to the future generations. Did you know the life expectancy of a deaf person is 5 years?
That's part of it. I have suffered with alopecia and severe allergies. Alopecia felt like I was losing part of my identity, but it taught me to redefine beauty, to look at myself and love what I see anyway. As a doctor in training, saving lives is at the core of what I do. So naturally, my Beauty with a Purpose encompasses that. Growing up, I witnessed a lot of crime and violence. Over 200 lives were lost to knife crime in Wales and England in 1 year. That's a terrifying statistic, but it's not just a stat. Many of these were young people who had their whole life ahead of them. I felt helpless watching the growing epidemic of knife crime, so I wanted to use the skills I gained in medical school out in the community to empower young people with the tools and knowledge to react and counteract knife crime and violence. I'm the proud founder of Exeter Street Doctors, which teaches young people how to act as first responders in a situation of violence. We deliver work.
Top 4. Turkey, Asia and Oceania. Wales, Europe. Zambia, Africa. Trinidad and Tobago, Americas and Caribbean. These extraordinary women impressed the jury with their eloquence, passion and force behind their beauty projects with purpose. A sincere applause for all the contestants who took the stage today. Their voices, stories and visions are what makes this trip so inspiring. Our incredible winners of the face-to-face, who now advance to top 10 in their continental regions in 72 Miss World Festival. Attention, community. If you had to choose the 3 finalists from the face-to-face, who would be and what would they tell you? Share your predictions and messages. Thank you for staying with us until the end. Your support means everything to us, and together we continue to grow as a community. Do not forget to leave your comment, like this video and subscribe to not miss any of our updates. In addition, we invite you to follow us on our social networks, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram and TikTok to always be up to date with our news, exclusive content and the latest developments in the world of glamour and beauty competitions. If you liked this video and want to help us continue creating incredible content, consider giving us or Super Grace as a sample of support for the channel. You are already a subscriber or not, your contribution will make a big difference so that we can continue to grow and offer you the best. Your super thanks inspires us to move on. Thank you for being part of this special community. See you in the next video. Until next. Bye. Beauty Pageant Crown, subscribe, comment, follow us on our networks and support us to continue growing.